everybody, and my name is Yola, and welcome to Yola's English Country again. And English book today is Magic Trio story, Dingoes at Dinnertime story. I'm beginning to start Friday chapter 7, Rain story. I'm beginning to start Friday chapter 7, and the other reading of chapter 8, okay? And now we're going to start reading about is Magic Trio's Tigers of Twilight story. I'm beginning to start Friday chapter 7, Traffic. And the other reading of chapter 8. Same as this Dingoes at Dinnertime story, okay? And now are you ready for these two books until the story meets some all sorts of characters? And now here we go. And first you can read Magic Trio, Dingoes at Dinnertime. Chapter 7, Rain. Rain fell from Jack's head and Joy's head. And rain fell on Annie's head and on Teddy's head. And on Akola's head. And Annie opened her mouth and drank the rainwater, and Jack did the same. The water tastes better than any water he had even drunk. And when Jack looked at back the woods, a misty scene was rising from a cherry ground and the bursting bushes. The heavy rain are pulling in a wildfire. You'll be safe now, Annie said to the cola, but you put back in a nice gum tree when you can finish your nap. I see a tree that is not burned, said Jack, and they walked over and under a gum tree. And Annie placed a cola in a fork of 2 branches. Go back to sleep now, she said softly, and pretend the fire is all a dream. Good night, said Jack, and the cola seemed to smile at them. And then he closed his eyes and went to sleep as if he never even bursted at all. And Jack sighed and looked around. Nan, he said, we're lucky that a storm came, and Annie smiled. And it wasn't just luck, said Annie. It's just magic. Magic? Said Jack. Yeah, the growing hands and a snake, said Annie. Somehow they brought a storm. They doesn't make sense, said Jack, and they lured in his pack. Suddenly, Jack remembered something. Hey, you have to get Joy back to a place when his mom laughed at him, he said. Or she won't be able to find him. Where was that place, said Annie. I don't know, said Jack. He looked around in a rainy gray forest and everything looked the same. Teddy can find a stop, said Annie. And without even a bark, a little duck took off and across the red, muddy ground. And once again, Jack and Annie followed him. And Jack's back was beginning to hurt from carrying Joey. And Jack and Annie caught up his Teddy, and he stood over an Australia book. It was wet but not burned. Hooray, we found it, said Annie. That's right, said Jack. I left our book in the spot we found Zoe. And once again, Teddy helped us out, said Annie, and she petted a little duck's head. Thanks, Teddy, Jack said. She picked up his Australia book and the cover was wet, but the pages look okay. And the little kangaroo picked out of his pack and tucked it in a book under his arm. Don't worry, Zoe, said Annie. If we stay right here till your mom comes back for you, if she hasn't already come. Jack cried worriedly, and Jack and Annie stood in the rain with a Teddy and Zoe had waited. And they waited. They ran, turned into a drizzle, and then the drizzle rained to a light sprinkle, and they waited. And Jack grew sadder and sadder, and maybe Mother Kangaroo had came for a laugh, or maybe they had been caught by a dingoes, or maybe she had been killed by a wildfire. And Jack was afraid to look at Annie, afraid of saying anything. I don't know what you're thinking, said finally. And Jack patted Zoe's head and sighed. Let's wait a little longer, he said. If she doesn't come back soon, we'll take them home with Earth. Teddy barked softly. Listen, said Annie. And Jack listened, and the sound was very faint first, but then it grew louder and a splashy sound, and the splashy sound turned a feet slapping with mud. I think this dingo's mommy coming to find this dingo. And now chapter 8, the Rainbow Serpent. And we can start for at this chapter 8 story. Tomorrow and Vienna reading a chapter 9, okay? And now, one more time that the reading about it is Magic Tree House Tigers and Twilight story. And now, chapter 7, Trapped. Jack threw things into his pack and followed Annie to a forest stage. And Teddy stayed too close and whining. Teddy bounced around, chatting nervously. And Jack got closer. He saw a tiger, and his tiger was lying on his side, completely still. His eyes were closed, and a paw was catching in a trap. Is he died? Said Jack. And no, he's still breathing, Jack said. His tear rained down her cheek, and it's run out of his strangling. And it must have gotten caught last night. And it's a sad sound we heard. What can we do? Said Jack. We have to free him, said Annie. She started to do the tango. Wait, Jack rabbled her. And tigers eat people, you know. He took a deep breath. Let's see what the book says first. Hooray, said Annie, and Jack opened an India book and he found a chapter called Tiger Traps. He read, Porters hate Indian tigers, but a steel trap that is against the law. And after trapping a tiger, they kill it when the body steals the money, like a rhino and a tiger is a very interesting species. And after killing does not end, they both action. Action means that someday they may know Indian tigers or rhinos off on Earth. Oh man, we just have saved him, said Jack, and London. Writing a picture to a steel trap using catch tigers, and Jack studied it, and it looked horrible and deadly. Okay, he showed a picture to Annie. Here's the plane up, touched down on your part, and the trap is springing on, and when you pull his leg out. Got it, said Annie. Still Teddy, and the little duck sat. And the lungers watched it silently, and Jack and Annie moved closer to the tiger. Annie was the most magical creature Jack had ever seen. His huge head was dark orange color, and a perfect black and white stripes around his white face, and his leg was ugly, still trapped and bloating. And slowly, silently, Jack pushes down the lever, and he raised in a bar of the tiger's leg, and the tiger keeps sleeping. And slowly, silently, Annie freed Tiger's leg and stroked it gently. God well, whispered the tiger, hadn't moved. And slowly, silently, Jack and Annie stood up. And they turned around. They started tip-topping back to utter the lunges. Were the cat and co. And Jack and Annie turned it back. The tiger is on her feet, and he's right at them. His eyes seemed to glow, and Jack eyed Willie rightly, and he could they escape? The tiger snarled at Jack and Annie, and then slowly, silently, it started to tell them. Oh, I think a tiger have very nice and wake up again, and fighting with Jack and Annie. And now chapter 8, Wonder Dog, and we can start the 4 out of chapter 8, and the end of reading in chapter 9 tomorrow, okay? Same as this Dinnertime story. And now, thank you for coming to my YouTube again. And did you have fun? Your English country will come back with some big news stories, okay? And please thumbs up my YouTube. And now bye for now. Have a nice day every day. And a happy Tuesday. Bye bye everybody.